right, Fantasia Fest, Film 5. Kaylee is excited to talk about Sugar Rat, aren't you, babe?
Yeah.
So, for those of you who have seen films like, I think Street Trash is probably going to be one of the most likened films to this. But anybody who's into low-budget schlock shock is, I guess, what I would call this brand of horror. Movies like The Taint, Father's Day, any of those kind of like really low-budget, like humor-centric, throw as much graphic, disgusting stuff at the screen as you possibly can. No characters even resemble a normal human in any way, shape, or form as far as the way they act. And the world that they're in doesn't make any sense at all. No one reacts in any normal, natural ways. Everything is purely for comedy or shock's sake. So if you are a fan of something like The Taint, then I think this could be something that you really enjoy. But if you are somebody who is easily offended, especially by like sexual assault stuff, or are easily grossed out, then 1000% avoid Like the Plague. This deals with a girl named Candy, and she's played by the actress who's also in Foreigner, which was kind of cool to see that she has 2 films at Fantasia Fest. And she works at an ice cream shop. She also moonlights as like a exotic dancer for like both, not only like a like stripping stage, but also for like bands, which was kind of weird because there was one scene where, you know, she went up front and she was talking to the manager, and she was like, well, why is she dancing? And he's like, you're too fat and blah blah blah. But that was when she was on stage with the band. But then he also let her dance on the stage, which was just like a stripper stage. It was weird. I don't know what this building is, because you usually don't have like bands and then stripper stages and the strippers do both. I've never seen anything like that. So whatever. Regardless, she works. She does some stripping on the side as well. A ice cream vendor who also is an ice cream truck driver. He comes in and sexually assaults her. She gets pregnant. Because he uses the ice cream in the assault, we'll just say that. And she becomes preggers, and her body starts to change, and she starts to live up to her namesake, Candy. She starts becoming real sweet.
Yeah. But
it is not fun for her at all. Yeah, I okay, I'll say this. I really enjoyed this. Part of my enjoyment, and this is mean, was watching Kaylee freak the fuck out during this. And the only reason this is the case, okay, hold on, before you guys all start painting me a villain. If this was a movie where, you know, it was disgusting vomit and shit and really genuinely disgusting things, I wouldn't have got enjoyment out of her disdain and distaste for the film. The literal gore in the movie throughout the entirety of the film is literally, and it's even seen as that in the film, so it's not even like it's just like they're trying to use this. Anyways, it's ice cream, melted ice cream, frosting, gummy worms, stuff like that. That's the gore in the movie. 100% of it is candy. It's melted ice cream. It's frosting. And she is over here gagging. She is like, and it's all stuff she enjoys. It's all stuff she likes. Like if I was to give her that stuff but not make it that, I'll let you talk for yourself on this. But that's the only reason I found it funny, was because I was looking over her being like, you're gagging at the sight of ice cream. It doesn't sound possible, but it is disgusting in the film. The way it's done, because it's supposed to be like her body. Go ahead. You can say your shit. I just don't want to be painted as the villain when I'm laughing.
You are a villain.
I guess so.
No, but yeah, it's definitely a body horror film for sure.
Oh,
and
100%.
I
That's why
am a
love
fan
this.
of body horror, but I did not like this movie. I mean, yeah, it is silly when you think about it, because I think most people would probably watch this and, like, it's gross, but it's, as you said, it's not like feces or like viscera that like people are, you know, like there's different kinds of gross, I suppose. But honestly, in general, like this is the case for me pretty much all the time, is that I'm not a fan of like gross, disgusting horror. Like it just doesn't work for me, especially when it involves like eating stuff. Like it doesn't scare me, and like I know the point is to be gross, but my body doesn't react well to it, because
Sure.
I get really like visceral reactions, and like my gag like reflex kicks in, and and in this one too, like the other element is that yes, it's all ice cream and like frosting and candy and stuff, but it's all like I can just feel it on me. Like it's sticky and gross, and like the cloying sweetness and everything, and it just like I'm not actually, and maybe this is a testament to the film, right? Like the fact that I was having those, you know, like conjuring it up on my body while watching the film, maybe speaks to like the filmmaking in a way of like how powerful it can be. But
yeah, her body like oozes this substance.
It's
It's like
nasty.
almost like a perspiration or an ooze, or like if you had an infection and there was like a pus coming out of you or whatever, it just kind of covers her body, and it's all this sticky ice cream, and people are like licking it off or eating it off of her. She's getting grossed out even thinking about it, and she leaves trails of it, and people are eating it off the ground behind her. Like everyone wants a taste of candy.
It's very like the movie is heavy on like basic on sexual assault and rape and body autonomy, and like kind of people just sort of like forcing themselves on this girl throughout the film because of how sweet she is and everything.
It also says a lot about like pregnancy,
Yes.
and the way a woman's viewed while pregnant.
Yeah, there's a lot of
interesting.
stuff with pregnancy in this.
I don't know how much meaning I'm supposed to glean off of this film. Like, it feels ridiculous to me to try to get a message out of this film.
Oh, I definitely
but it's still
feel like
there.
yeah, for sure. This isn't like a nonsense film at all. It's kind of one of those films where when you talk about it and you try and be like, well, I think the film is saying this, and this, you sort of sound a bit like preachy or pretentious or whatever.
Kind of.
Because part of the point of the film is to be sort of like ridiculous and shocking too,
It is,
right?
yeah.
Like that's part of the message and everything. So it's kind of like there's serious stuff being like serious content and serious themes in the film, but the film itself is not serious.
The movie's also hyper like sexual as far as like there's a ton of gratuitous nudity, sex scenes, fake dicks. Some of the worst fake dicks I've ever seen. On
they're
screen,
kind of comically
purposefully.
fake, and I think kind of the combination too of like the sexual stuff with all the gross like ice cream stuff was really like turning my stomach, and just I did not like the juxtaposition of that, which I do think is intentional.
Yeah, for sure.
But I didn't like. I don't know. I just didn't like the film because of that. Like, I just don't think it was for me. Like, I feel like I get everything. Like, I feel like I understand it, and I kind of, like, understand the vibe and stuff, but it just didn't work out for me. So this is one where I'm like, if you're somebody who also is not a fan of, like, gross-out horror,
they'll have walkouts.
then I would definitely not check this out. But if you're... Yeah.
At Fantasia Fest, they're going to have quite a few walkouts. They'll have some booing. Guaranteed.
It's a crazy film, but if you're somebody who isn't really bothered by that, and even if you are someone who's like, oh, like I don't think I'll be, like, you know, it's ice cream, like how bad can it be? Like you know, if it's something that you're interested in, you should check it out for sure.
It's gross.
But I
mean, there's no doubt about it. The movie is purposefully gross and is successful in that. I was just never grossed out, mostly because I typically don't get grossed out, but also it's fucking ice cream and frosting, and I could never disconnect my brain from that.
Well, okay, the other thing too, like, while yes, I like ice cream and sweet things, I don't eat stuff like this. Like,
I don't either.
all the time.
You know,
at all.
I eat it less than you.
You eat it even less. Like, I rarely ever have this kind of food. Like, I used to when I was a kid,
I
sure.
literally never do.
But, like, the other thing, too, is, like, I don't know, this is like personal, but like the kind of ice cream and candy that is in this is not the kind of stuff that I would eat personally, because it's a lot of like neon colors, because that's also part of it. Like it's these like bright pinks and baby blues and like, you know, like where you know the flavor is like,
but that's purposefully
strawberry
done
and raspberry and
for like the color effect.
It is,
right?
but
That's
it's like
the color palette of the
I don't know.
film.
That's like it's not the food that it looks
Sure.
very artificial. Like that's what I'll
Yes.
say. Whereas like when I eat ice cream or something, like I want it to be like kind of basic, honestly, and like simple.
Chocolate, vanilla.
Yeah, and that's just a personal thing. But so it's like this made me like I have no interest in having any of those foods like for a while.
Yeah,
I feel
didn't.
like it's like literally made me not want. And I do think I have a sweet tooth, but like I feel like I'm never gonna want one of the things I saw on there again.
The movie is so nonsensical. Like the way people react to things, the shit they say, there's like this Frankenstein type of character who's doing surgeries on girls to make them more perfect, and our main girl is gorgeous. She has this incredible body. We see her nude in the movie a lot, like, so there's nothing to hide. Like you look at her, she's beautiful. She's got an incredible body. Her tits are incredible. Like everything about her is incredible. And this guy is like knocking her right, left, and center, which I think is part of like the commentary of like the male gaze of like, even though you look like this, because even her boss is like, you're too fat to go on stage, and you're looking at her like, what are you talking about? That's insanity.
All the other women are just like crazy, like brainwashed women, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I recommend it only if this is the kind of film that you know you would like. But I did not like it, so it's like I wouldn't really recommend it. Like I would not tell my sister or like anybody else to watch this. This is only for people that like watching the channel that know their tastes. Yeah. And like know what they're into. And also the other part is that this is also a very low budget film too.
Extremely
so that's something to really keep in mind. There are definitely times where it's like the prosthetics are very poorly done. I know we talked about like the penises and stuff, but it's part of the charm. It's part of, you know, whatever. So it's like if you aren't bothered by that vibe, that's also, you know, something that to be aware of going into it, I think.
The budget on this movie was absolutely nothing. I mean,
it was all
however
ice
much
cream and
it costs to
frosting.
buy ice cream and whatnot. They even use it to certain effects to try to emulate some of the end scenes of Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, with time lapse, which was cool. But regardless, I appreciated it. I think that, you know, of course, you know, a lot of naked women and all that stuff is gonna bump it for me a bit. So I'm not gonna say that I don't have a tad bit of bias just for the sexuality of it. But regardless, I did find a bunch of humor in the film, because there's a lot of responses. There's a lot of things that happen that are so unexpected and out of nowhere for how somebody says something and how they respond to things. It's just I'm glad the film was shorter, because the movie's only 70 some odd minutes long before the credits roll, and the movie's extremely like punk rock centric as well, so that's another thing that applies to my tastes. A lot of like music, like bands up on stage with naked girls dancing around them and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, this is totally my kind of shit. But it's the reactions that got me. That's the funny stuff, and then the body horror and the punk rock and the nudity and all that. I was just like, this is totally the kind of bullshit, especially like 15, 16-year-old me would love this film, right? And I don't know, I don't feel like I've grown up that much since then, so I still enjoyed the movie. I didn't love it, but I had a good time. It's totally what I expected it to be, and the budget is nothing. The acting is purposefully trash, because we saw her in another movie and she was very good in it for what was expected of her in that movie. Yeah,
the acting is very hammy in this, like intentionally. So I think the filmmakers should keep doing their thing for sure. I think just because I didn't like it, I think my criticism is mostly from like my personal reaction to it. But you know, everyone's film, like every film, you're gonna have a different like takeaway. Like there's always gonna be films that you watch that you're like, nope, it's just not for me, but it is for somebody else. And so I feel like that's kind of where I am with this one, because I think it's a very zany, like fun, over the top film. So I do think that there will be an audience for it that are like super into it. It's definitely one of those kinds of films that could get like, kind of cult following behind and such.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, my little blurb on the front cover of the movie. It's vile with a smile.
It is vile.
Yeah. It's gross and you're supposed to laugh. It's vile with a smile.
Yeah.
That's like a perfect way to describe this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a morbid, disgusting film that really like pokes fun at rape and abortion and murder and just misogyny and like parental neglect. And I mean, this is what I'm saying, if you're somebody who's like easily offended or easily grossed out, then fucking forget it. It is an extremely vile film, and I had a good time. Kaylee says no. I say yes. Know your audience, though.
Yeah.
If you've seen the aforementioned films that I laid out for you, Street Trash, The Taint, Father's Day, any of that kind of stuff, then check this one out. If that's not your thing, avoid it. There you go. So, yeah, I want to see what the reception is at Fantasia Fest. I guarantee you people will walk out of this. There will be a good amount of people that are, what the fuck is this?
Sure.
And I'd be in the audience being the one chucklehead asshole who's cracking up. So, you found your audience here, not there. It is what it is. Not every movie's supposed to be for you.
No.
That's the thing. People always fucking seem to forget. Not everything is meant for you.
Yeah.
People get so up on their fucking high horse about like, this movie's the worst, and if you like it, you're the worst. It's like, fuck off with your bullshit. Your tastes are your tastes. Let us have our tastes, even if they taste like rainbow sherbet melted over a girl's body. All right. Bye, guys.